Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Visit with Bernice. Now, my great migration story starts in 1947. I was about 1.5 years old, and my parents decided to move and migrate to California, along with hundreds of thousands of other black families leaving the South. Now, our home was Freeport, Louisiana. But my dad was a veteran. He had been in the Army for 4 years and he got discharged out in 1945. They were offering some kind of housing in California, and my dad and my mom decided they would migrate to California to take advantage of this housing. So they left me with my grandparents at 1.5 years old, and they came to California. My dad signed up and he was able to get one of these military base kind of housing. After about, I guess a while he was there, searching for employment, he got a job, they tell me, working for a meat packing company. So after they got situated, maybe a year and a half or so, about a year and a half or so, I think it was, they sent for me to join them. My auntie was migrating to California also. She put me on the train with her and brought me to California to join my parents. My parents met us at the train station and they came up to me and wanted me to give them a big hug. This is mommy, this is daddy. I wasn't having it. I didn't know them. They were strangers. They left me when I was about 1.5 years old. They tell me that I clinged to my auntie and did not want anything to do with those strangers. But they tell me about after a while, I warmed up to them. My auntie stayed with us in the military compound for a while, and then she left to join other family members. They tell me that how they experience and the living there and the way things were going in the compound. It wasn't really luxurious or anything. It's just an old-fashioned kind of buildings, and a lot of the pavement was not even done, but it was a base kind of living, a living on the military whatever. I'm not sure. This is what they kind of would tell me and explain to me, and they would tell me different experiences they had migrating and coming to California with hundreds of thousands of other black families searching and for better lives, better situations, better opportunities. They tell me some of them went east, some went west, some went north, wherever they decided to go. They would tell us kids these stories, and it really didn't dawn on me that I was kind of part of the Great Migration, being the firstborn and being a little child. It just didn't dawn on me until later on in life. I'm like, I was kind of part of history, and I feel a little proud of the Great Migration. I really do. They would tell us about it. And, my sisters and brothers, they talk about it, but we didn't really, it didn't really click with us, being kids, how that goes sometimes. But anyway, I do remember in elementary school there, I remember kindergarten, first grade, and, maybe second grade. I do remember some classes and school. I remember going down this hill. There was a stream, and a lot of us kids would go down there. And in the stream, there was these pollywogs, and that we would catch with our and tadpoles. We would catch with our little glass a jar we would have, and we'd catch them and play around with them. And I think we'd take some home, and then I remember we would throw them back in the stream. So as you know, pollywogs, tadpoles, whatever you call them, they eventually turn into little frogs. But I do remember us going down to that stream a lot. I remember having a birthday party, and a lot of the kids in the compound of the military base would come to my party. I remember those kind of things, being a kid, kind of young. A lot of things I have to go by what my parents would tell us, and like I say, I didn't ask a lot of questions, and it never dawned on me that I was part of the Great Migration. And like I say, I felt a little honored. But I think this program ended in maybe 5 years or so, 5 or 6 years, and we had to move. They were building these Joe Louis homes, which they were offering to the veterans. And Daddy says that he was not able to get one for us. I'm not sure why, if it was down payment, if it was credit, or if it was a lottery, or if it was first come, first serve, or if it was just a limited amount of homes. I don't know, but Daddy was not able to get us one. So when this program ended, we moved about 15 miles away, east Los Angeles, to this public housing project, which was called the Ramona Gardens. So I'm going to stop the story here. The next video, I'm going to pick up and tell you about our experience and our lifestyle in the Ramona Gardens. But anyway, by the time the program was over, it ended up being 4 kids. 4 kids. Because I forgot to tell you, when my parents picked me up from the train station, when they met us at the train station, to my surprise, there was a little brother that was born while I was still in Louisiana with my grandparents. So when they met us at the train station, I had a little brother. So my mom was pregnant and had a baby the time they were in California. So I forgot to mention that part. But the whole time we lived in the housing project, and it was in Sun Valley, California, called the Basilone Homes. By the time we left and the program was over, it was 4 kids. So I'm going to pick up the story on my next video to let you know how our experiences living in the public projects. But I want to thank you for staying with me and listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, you can subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and comment. I would really appreciate it. But in the meantime, until I come back, God bless us all. Bye-bye.